My name is Earline Alston. I'm 52 years old, and on January 2nd, 2014, I had a hemorrhagic stroke. When I had this episode, I was on the phone with my sister Dottie, and I started screaming, and she recognized that there was something really wrong with me, and she began to ask me to just start breathing and try to relax and calm down. Looking back, I always believe that she was a part of that rescue and recovery team, and I really think that she was a part of me saving my life that day. I always sort of give her that credit as being one of the first responders. They had to break in the condo, came up the ladder to the balcony, and I remember the door opening and this breeze of air just like kissed me on the cheek, and I remember thinking, I've been rescued. I was in the hospital for 9 days, but during that hospitalization, I wasn't able to walk normally. My speech was impaired. Had speech therapy, occupational therapy, assessments, and clearly there was some effect from the stroke. There was discussion about going to an inpatient rehab facilities to further recover if I was willing to do that, and so I said yes. The therapy itself was physically and psychologically demanding because I couldn't walk without assistance. And having walked my entire life and suddenly you can't walk, that was emotionally and physically challenging.
Because Earline was much younger than the general population that we see here at FOSS, she was somewhat discouraged in a way, but seeing these older patients work so hard and how they respond with physical and occupational therapy, it inspired her, and that enabled her to become motivated and work harder to get back on her feet.
My overall experience at FOSS was excellent. I had my own room. That was really a wonderful thing for me because I just needed time to be alone and just kind of work through where I was, and the staff were exceptional. I remember thinking that when I got better, I was going to return and volunteer to give back. A few months after I came home from FOSS, my sister was diagnosed with ALS. And 6 months after I had the stroke, she died in August. Then after she died, I was invited by a friend to participate in arts and crafts, just women getting together, painting, collaging. I ended up creating 3 paintings, and I entered those paintings into a juried art event, and one of my pieces won honorable mention. So I just started painting like feverishly. I couldn't stop. In June of 2016, I had painted around 18 large-scale paintings, enough to have an exhibit. And I found a place at the African American Museum in Seattle so that I could have my first art exhibit. So my sister Dottie, she has been a part of my spiritual transformation and my art. I always sort of perceive her in the art. There's just something about the way something is shaped, maybe a tree, and reminds me of her long brown legs. And so I just feel that there's this connection with her. While I was at FOSS, and I told the staff that when I got better, I was going to come back and volunteer. And I mentioned that maybe there's something I could do with art. And it turns out that they do have a creative art expression work group a couple of times a month. And so I met with Chaplain Al, and I've been now assisting twice a month.
Earline is an artist herself, so she interacts with the residents in a very supportive way, and I couldn't find another volunteer like Earline because of her love for art.
Having the opportunity to give back to the organization that helped me in my recovery when I was at my weakest point, it's just a blessing and it's a gift.